Listen to me carefully, my child. What you are feeling right now is not confusion. It is awakening. There is a quiet shift happening inside you, a moment where the old version of you can no longer survive, and the new one is beginning to breathe. You have sensed it, haven't you? That inner restlessness, that holy dissatisfaction, that feeling that says, I cannot go back to who I was. This is not pressure from the world. This is my hand gently pressing you forward. I know you have asked yourself late at night, why does everything feel heavier lately? Why does growth feel lonely? Why does obedience feel costly? It is because I am transitioning you. Not everyone feels this weight. Only those I am preparing for greater responsibility. Only those I am drawing closer to my heart. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. Right now, I am teaching you something that cannot be learned in comfort. How to trust me when clarity is incomplete. You want the full picture. I am asking for your full surrender. You want certainty. I am offering intimacy. You want assurance of outcomes. I am shaping your character. Because what is coming into your life will not be sustained by excitement, it will be sustained by depth. There are things you once prayed for that I could not release to the old version of you. Not because I withheld them, but because they would have overwhelmed you. So I slowed you down. I stripped away distractions. I allowed delays to mature you. And now, here you are, stronger than you realize, wiser than you think, closer than you have ever been. I see the tears you did not explain to anyone. I heard the prayers you whispered in exhaustion. I noticed the moments you chose faith, even when nothing around you made sense. Those moments mattered. You may feel unnoticed, but heaven has been watching closely. Every time you resisted bitterness, every time you chose patience over panic, every time you trusted me instead of taking control. These are the moments that are shaping the future you will walk into. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are right where I need you to be. And what I am about to reveal to you will only make sense because of everything you have walked through. Stay with me. Do not rush this season. Do not underestimate what is happening within you. This is the beginning of a deeper walk, a stronger faith, and a purpose that will soon require the strength you are building now. Continue listening. I need you to understand something important, my child. The silence you have been experiencing is not my absence. It is my invitation. There are seasons when I speak loudly, through open doors, clear signs, and quick answers. And then there are seasons like this one, where I speak in stillness, so you learn to recognize my voice without the noise. You have been learning to listen differently, not for what feels good, but for what is true. Not for what is fast, but for what is eternal. This is why distractions no longer satisfy you. This is why shallow connections feel empty. This is why your spirit longs for more, even when your life looks fine on the outside. I am rewiring your desires. What once excited you can no longer hold you, because I'm calling you higher, and higher always feels lonelier at first. Do not mistake the separation for rejection. I am not removing people to punish you. I am making room for alignment. Some relationships were seasonal. Some conversations were never meant to continue. Some paths looked right, but were never righteous. I protected you by closing doors. You were too emotional to close yourself. You did not lose anything you needed. You were released from what would have limited you. I know it hurt. I know you questioned me. I know you wondered if obedience was worth the pain. It was. Because now you can hear me without confusion. Now your prayers are deeper. Now your faith is quieter but stronger. Now your trust is rooted, not rushed. You are no longer chasing signs. You are seeking me. And that shift changes everything. What I am preparing to place in your hands requires discernment, humility, and patience. It requires someone who will not panic when pressure comes. This is why I allowed you to walk through uncertainty. This is why I delayed answers. This is why I asked you to keep moving, even when you could not see the full path. Faith is not knowing the outcome. Faith is trusting the one who walks with you. You are learning to walk with me step by step, not ahead of me, not behind me, but beside me. And as you continue forward, you will begin to notice that what once frightened you no longer has power over you, because you are stepping into something greater than you realize. Stay here with me. There is more unfolding, and your heart is being prepared to carry it. My child, there is something else I need you to see clearly. The weight you've been carrying is not random. It is the result of growth. When a seed begins to break open beneath the soil, it feels pressure from every side. Darkness surrounds it. Silence presses in. And if the seed could think, it would believe something is wrong. But nothing is wrong. Something is being born. What you feel right now is the breaking of old limitations, the shedding of an identity that no longer fits who you are becoming in me. This is why your old coping methods stopped working. This is why distractions feel hollow. This is why even success hasn't satisfied you the way it used to. I am teaching you to draw strength not from what you can control, but from who I am. You've been asking me to remove the pressure, but what if the pressure is producing clarity? What if the tension is sharpening your discernment? What if this discomfort is what positions you to recognize my voice instantly when it matters most? I am not interested in making you comfortable. I am committed to making you complete. You are learning endurance. You are learning restraint. You are learning how to stand without needing applause or reassurance. And this is holy ground, because soon I will entrust you with responsibility that cannot be carried by someone who still needs constant validation. You've wondered why I've asked you to wait, while others seem to move ahead, why doors opened for them while yours remained closed. But what you didn't see is that I was building your foundation while they were decorating their walls. What I'm preparing you for will last, and lasting things require depth. I am teaching you to respond, not react, to pray before speaking, to listen before moving, to trust even when your emotions fluctuate. This is maturity. This is spiritual authority forming quietly inside you. You are becoming someone who can carry peace into chaos, wisdom into confusion, and hope into broken places. That doesn't happen overnight. It happens through moments like these, when no one else sees the battle, but you choose faith anyway. I see your discipline. I see your restraint. I see your obedience when it costs you comfort. and I am closer than you think. Every tear you held back, every prayer you whispered under your breath, every night you stayed faithful when it would have been easier to quit. None of it was wasted. You are being shaped for impact, not attention. So do not rush this season. Do not resist the process. Let me finish what I started in you. Because what is coming will require the strength you are building right now. Walk with me a little longer. Your breakthrough is forming, even if you cannot see it yet. My child, I want you to understand something deeply. The silence you've been experiencing is not my absence. It is my closeness. When I speak loudly, it is to gather you. When I speak softly, it is to mature you. And when I am quiet, it is because I am teaching you how to trust me without constant reassurance. You have learned how to hear my voice in moments of desperation. Now, I am teaching you how to follow me in moments of uncertainty. This is where faith becomes rooted. You've been tempted to believe that because you don't feel emotional highs anymore, something is wrong with your relationship with me. But emotions are not the measure of intimacy. Commitment is. You are learning to stay even when the feelings fade, to obey even when the outcome is unclear, to trust even when your prayers feel unanswered. This is not weakness. This is depth. I am steadying your heart, training your spirit to remain anchored no matter what waves rise around you. Because where I am taking you, you will need stability more than excitement. There will be moments ahead when others will panic, but you will remain calm. When others will react, but you will respond with wisdom. That composure is being formed now. I know you've questioned yourself lately, questioned your decisions, questioned your worth. But hear me clearly. Self-doubt is not evidence of failure. It is often the sign that you are stepping into unfamiliar territory. Growth always feels awkward at first. You are learning new boundaries, letting go of people who cannot walk with you into the next season. Releasing habits that once brought comfort, but now bring conviction. This pruning is painful, but it is purposeful. I remove what distracts so you can focus on what matters. I strip away what weakens so you can carry what strengthens. And even though it feels lonely at times, you are not alone. I am beside you in every quiet decision, every unseen act of obedience, every choice to honor me when no one else is watching. This is where true character is built. Do not measure your progress by speed. Measure it by alignment. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are right on time. Stay attentive. Stay humble. Stay open. Because the more you surrender control, the more clearly you will see how carefully I have been guiding you all along. Keep walking with me. What feels so slow now is laying the groundwork for something unshakable. My child, there is a sacred strength forming inside you. One that does not shout, one that does not rush, one that does not need approval to stand firm. This strength is born in surrender. You've spent much of your life trying to prove yourself, to be enough, to be seen, to be valued. But I am teaching you something higher now. You do not need to perform to be chosen. I chose you before you ever tried. I called you before you ever understood your purpose. I loved you when you were still learning how to love yourself. Rest in that truth. When you stop striving, you will begin hearing me more clearly. because anxiety drowns out direction, but peace amplifies my voice. You've noticed how I've been slowing you down lately, interrupting plans, closing doors that once seemed perfect, delaying answers you wanted immediately. That is not rejection, that is protection. I see paths you cannot see. I know consequences you cannot predict. And when I pause you, it is because I'm rerouting you towards something better. Trust the pause. There are battles you no longer need to fight, arguments you no longer need to win, people you no longer need to convince. Your growth has changed the terrain. What once required effort now requires discernment. I am sharpening your ability to recognize what drains you and what nourishes you. Pay attention to that inner check in your spirit, the quiet discomfort that tells you when something isn't aligned with me. That is not fear, that is wisdom. You are becoming more sensitive to my leading, more aware of what belongs in your life and what no longer does. This is how maturity feels, not dramatic, not loud, but deeply anchored. You may not see immediate results, but transformation is happening beneath the surface. Roots grow in darkness before fruit appears in the light. And you, my child, are growing roots that will not be easily shaken. Do not envy those who seem to move faster. Speed without direction leads to exhaustion. Depth with me leads to endurance. I am preparing you to carry weight, blessings, responsibility, influence, without losing yourself. And that preparation requires patience. Stay still when I ask you to wait. Move when I tell you to go. Speak only what I place in your heart. You are learning to live led, not driven. And as you continue walking this path with me, you will discover that peace is not found in having all the answers, but in knowing who walks with you through every question. Remain close to me. What I am building in you now will sustain you for everything that lies ahead, my child. I want you to hear this clearly. You are not late. You have not missed your moment. Nothing important has passed you by. I am never rushed, and I am never early. I move with perfect timing, even when it feels slow to you. You've been measuring your life by milestones, what others have achieved, where you thought you would be by now, how different things look from what you imagined. But I do not measure your life by comparison. I measure it by alignment. And right now, you are exactly where you need to be to become who you are meant to be. Some things take longer because they are meant to last. If I gave you everything too quickly, it would overwhelm you. If I revealed every detail too soon, it would distract you. So I give you light for the next step, not the whole staircase. This is how faith grows. You are learning to trust me without needing control, to walk forward without demanding certainty, to believe even when clarity has not yet arrived. That kind of trust changes a person. I know there are moments when loneliness creeps in, when you feel misunderstood, when it seems like no one truly sees the weight you carry silently. But I see you. I see the quiet sacrifices, the prayers whispered instead of spoken, the strength it takes to keep going when no one is applauding. And I am closer than you realize. When you feel alone, I am refining you. When you feel unseen, I am shielding you. When you feel uncertain, I am teaching you dependence on me, not on outcomes. You don't need to have everything figured out to be walking in purpose. Purpose unfolds as you obey. Each time you choose integrity over convenience, each time you choose forgiveness over resentment, each time you choose faith over fear, you are stepping deeper into who you are called to be. Do not underestimate the power of small, faithful decisions. They are shaping your future more than one dramatic breakthrough ever could. I am building consistency in you, character in you, confidence in you. Not confidence in yourself, but confidence in me working through you. And soon, very soon, you will look back at this season and realize it was not empty. It was formative. What felt like waiting was actually becoming. Stay open. Stay humble. Stay connected to me. You are closer than you think, and what lies ahead will make sense of every step you are taking now. My child, there is something sacred happening within you right now, even if you cannot name it. I am teaching you to listen beneath the noise, beneath the opinions, beneath the pressure, beneath the expectations that others have placed on your life. You've spent so long trying to be strong for everyone else that you forgot I never asked you to carry this alone. I am inviting you into rest, not escape, but holy rest, the kind that restores your soul and sharpens your discernment. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to earn my love. You don't need to rush to become someone else to be valuable to me. You are already chosen. I know you wrestle with decisions, wondering if you're making the right moves, if you're hearing me clearly, if you're about to make a mistake that cannot be undone. Listen to me carefully. I am bigger than your missteps. Even when you choose imperfectly, I can still redirect the path. Even when you hesitate, I can still accelerate what matters. Even when you stumble, I can still steady you. Nothing surprises me. What matters most is your heart posture, your willingness to trust me, to return to me, to stay soft when life tries to harden you. That softness is not weakness. It is strength under control. I am shaping your inner world before I expand your outer world, because if I elevate you without grounding you, the blessing could crush you. So I anchor you in truth. I root you in humility. I surround you with my presence. This is why I sometimes remove distractions. This is why certain doors remain closed. This is why some relationships fade quietly, not as punishment, but as protection. You are being preserved for something meaningful, something that requires clarity and courage and depth. You are learning to recognize my voice, not just in moments of peace, but in moments of pressure. You are learning that my guidance does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers. Pay attention to the gentle nudges, the quiet convictions, the peace that settles when you choose the harder right over the easier wrong. That is me guiding you, and I want you to remember this. You do not walk this road alone. I walk ahead of you. I walk beside you. I walk within you. Every unanswered prayer, every delayed outcome, every moment of uncertainty, I am using it to draw you closer, to deepen your trust, to prepare you for what is coming. Hold steady, my child. Do not give in to discouragement. Do not surrender to doubt. What I am building in you right now will sustain you for a lifetime. My child, there are nights when your mind refuses to rest, when your body is still, but your thoughts keep racing. Questions echo in the quiet. Am I doing enough? Am I falling behind? Did I miss my moment? Hear me now. You have not missed anything. Time is not slipping through my fingers, and neither is your future. I exist outside of the clocks that pressure you and the timelines that exhaust you. What feels slow to you is intentional to me. I am not delaying you. I am developing you. I am teaching you patience so you don't panic when things finally move fast. I am teaching you endurance so success doesn't make you arrogant. I am teaching you stillness so you can recognize my presence even when life becomes loud again. You've been comparing your journey to others, watching them advance, celebrate, achieve. And quietly, it's made you question your own progress. But comparison is a thief of peace, and peace is one of my greatest gifts to you. I did not design your path to look like theirs. I did not measure your calling by someone else's pace. I am writing a story that fits you, your heart, your wounds, your resilience, your faith. Some victories come quickly, others come deeply. Yours is deep. That depth will carry you when applause fades. That depth will hold you when responsibility increases. That depth will keep you grounded when others lose themselves in success. You've asked me why you've had to wait so long. It's because what I am entrusting to you requires a strong foundation. I am not just preparing blessings. I am preparing you. And even now, while you feel unseen, while you feel overlooked, while you feel unsure, heaven sees you. I see you. Every tear you didn't explain. Every prayer you whispered instead of shouted. Every moment you chose faith when doubt felt easier. None of it is wasted. I am closer than you think, working more than you realize, and aligning things you cannot yet see. Stay with me. Stay humble. Stay open. What I am unfolding next will make the waiting make sense. My child, there is a quiet strength growing inside you. One you didn't ask for, one you didn't notice at first, but one that was formed through moments you thought were breaking you. You assumed resilience meant never feeling tired, never questioning, never bending under pressure. But true strength is born when you keep moving forward, even while carrying uncertainty. I have watched you endure things you never imagined you'd survive. You learned to stand when no one clapped for your effort. You learned to trust me when answers didn't come immediately. That is maturity. That is growth. You are no longer who you used to be, and you cannot go back to that version of yourself. Not because it was weak, but because it was incomplete. What you're stepping into now requires clarity, not confusion. Requires discernment, not impulse. Requires faith that is anchored, not emotional. This is why I've been separating you from distractions that once felt comforting. This is why some relationships faded quietly, without conflict or explanation. This is why certain doors closed, even though you prayed for them to stay open. I was protecting you. Not everything that feels good is good for you. Not every open door is meant to be entered, and not every loss is a setback. Some endings are deliverance. I am teaching you to listen more closely to my voice, not just when you're desperate, but when you're deciding. Not just when you're hurting, but when you're hopeful. Soon, you will recognize my guidance without needing signs or confirmation from others. You will move with confidence, not because you know the whole path, but because you trust the one who walks ahead of you. Let go of the fear that you're behind. You are exactly where you need to become who you are meant to be. And when the next chapter begins, you will realize that nothing was random, nothing was wasted, and nothing was taken from you without something greater being prepared. Stay close to me. The story is still unfolding. My child, there are moments ahead when the silence will surround you, not because I have left, but because I am teaching you to hear me differently. You have learned to listen for my voice in the noise, in the rush, in the urgency of crisis. But now, I am drawing you into a deeper place, where trust replaces anxiety, and peace replaces the need to control outcomes. You don't need to rush what I'm building. You don't need to force answers. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. What I am forming in you cannot be rushed by pressure or accelerated by fear. I know you felt the temptation to compare your journey with others, to wonder why their progress seems faster, their doors seem wider, their joy seems more visible. But comparison blinds you to the beauty of your own calling. I did not design you to copy another life. I designed you to fulfill a purpose that only you can carry. And that purpose requires depth. It requires patience. It requires a heart that can hold both humility and authority. That is why I slowed you down. That is why I allowed delays. That is why I stripped away distractions that once defined you. You thought you were being held back, but you were being rooted. A tree that grows too fast cannot stand when storms arrive, but a tree with deep roots remains unshaken. I am strengthening your foundation, so when the weight of blessing arrives, you will not collapse under it. Soon, you will walk into rooms that once intimidated you with calm confidence. You will speak without fear. You will move without hesitation. You will lead without needing validation. Not because you changed yourself, but because you allowed me to shape you. Trust this season. Trust this pace. Trust this process. I am not delaying you. I am preparing you. And what is coming will confirm every quiet moment where you chose faith over fear. My child, there will come a moment when you look back at this season and finally understand why I asked you to wait, why I asked you to trust, why I asked you to let go even when it hurt. Right now, you see only pieces, unfinished answers, unresolved questions, prayers that seem suspended in the air. But I see the whole picture. I see how every delay protected you from pain you were not meant to carry. I see how every closed door redirected you away from loss you couldn't foresee. I see how every tear watered the soil of a future you're about to step into. You thought you were being denied. You thought you were being overlooked. You thought you were forgotten. But I was aligning everything. I was aligning the right people, the right timing, the right opportunities, and the right version of you. You could not step into what is coming with the heart you once had. You needed discernment. You needed courage that wasn't loud but steady. You needed faith that didn't depend on feelings. That is what this season gave you. Soon, situations that once shook you will no longer have power over your peace. Words that once wounded you will no longer define you. Fear that once controlled your decisions will lose its voice. You will move differently. You will respond differently. You will love differently. Not because life became easier, but because you became stronger in me. Remember this. Nothing about your growth has been accidental. Every lesson was intentional. Every struggle had a purpose. Every delay was loaded with wisdom. I am not preparing you to survive. I am preparing you to stand. And when the moment arrives that everything shifts, you will realize you were never late, never behind, never forgotten. You were being readied for something greater than you ever imagined. My child, I know the weight you've carried in silence, the burden that no one could see but you. I know the moments when you smiled for others while your heart was heavy with questions. I know the quiet battles you fought and the strength it took to keep moving forward. And I want you to know this. I saw every single moment. I felt every ounce of your pain. I heard every prayer, even the ones you couldn't put into words. This journey you've been on has not been in vain. It has been shaping you for what's coming. I know you've asked, why the wait? Why the struggle? Why does it feel like everyone else is moving forward while I am stuck in this place? But let me remind you, my child, what I am doing in you now is preparing you for something that will require the strength you are learning to carry. There is a power in the wait. There is a grace that comes from patience. There is a deep peace that emerges from trusting me when nothing around you makes sense. You have learned to trust me without seeing the full picture. You have learned to believe when all you had were whispers of hope. You have learned to stay faithful when everything seemed uncertain. And now, you are stronger than you think. You have been broken, but you are not defeated. You have been stretched, but you are not shattered. You have been reshaped, but you are not lost. I have been guiding you through it all, even when you couldn't feel my presence. Now, my child, I am about to reveal things to you, things that will make this season make sense. You are about to step into a new chapter, one that will confirm everything I have been teaching you in the quiet and hidden places. Stay close to me. Stay humble. Stay open to what I have prepared. Because what is coming next is not just a blessing. It is the fulfillment of everything I have been building in you. I will give you peace beyond understanding. I will give you strength to stand firm. I will give you wisdom to navigate what lies ahead. You are ready, and I am with you. My child, the wait is almost over. Everything you've been through, everything you've walked through was not in vain. I know you felt like giving up. I know you've questioned whether you're on the right path, whether this season will ever end, whether the promises I made will come to pass. But hear me now. The breakthrough you've been waiting for is closer than you realize. I am about to reveal the next step in the journey I have set before you. You are not alone in this. I have walked every step with you, holding you up when you were weak, guiding you when you felt lost, comforting you when the world was silent. You are stronger now than you were before. You are wiser. You are more grounded. You are ready to carry what I am about to release into your life. The peace, the promise, the provision, they are all coming in. my perfect timing. You don't need to rush. You don't need to worry. Just trust. So take a deep breath. Rest in the knowledge that I am still working. Even when you can't see the full picture, you are in the palm of my hand. I am making all things beautiful in their time. You are closer than you think. Hark, my child, if you believe in me, your heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, to hear my voice daily and walk this journey with me, then subscribe to this channel and stay connected. I am with you, always, and I will continue guiding you step by step into the life I have called you to live. Stay with me. I am just getting started.